The CDC increases its classification of the Delta variant to a variant of concern.
As Sabrina Wilson reports, an LSU health doctor who's helping detect mutations says a vaccine is your best defense.
The CDC has elevated the so-called Delta variant to a virus of concern.
It's warranted based on what we're seeing in the rest of the world, and particularly the United Kingdom.
According to the CDC, a variant of concern is a variant for which there is evidence of an increase in transmissibility in more severe disease. Dr. Lucio Mille is LSU Health New Orleans chair of genetics.
It's already in the United States, and it's going to start out-competing the other variants.
LSU Health New Orleans is doing genomic sequencing to detect variants of the original virus. Dr. Mille says viruses contain genes, and the genes are made up of different letters.
When you sequence the viral genome, you determine the exact order of letters in all the genes of the virus. That tells you which variant you have.
In the U.S., the Delta variant now accounts for nearly 10% of all cases, and here in Louisiana,
this variant right now makes up 2.7% of the new cases in our region.
Is it likely that there are more cases of the Delta variant and we just don't know yet?
Oh, it is absolutely likely. In Louisiana, over 7 million COVID tests have been performed to date. And of these, somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 have been positive. The ones that have been sequenced number in the hundreds.
Given the Delta variant's ways, there's an urgent call for more people to get vaccinated.
Having had COVID before will not necessarily protect you against this variant. The only thing we can do to protect ourselves against Delta is to get vaccinated.
Delta is challenging antibodies people make against the virus.
It takes a lot more antibody to neutralize a Delta variant virus than it did older variants. That's going to be the trend.
The African American Research Collaborative released a COVID-19 uptake poll which found more than half of unvaccinated Americans would prefer to get shots at their doctor's offices.
Is that if you give a person a choice to express where they would like to go to get the vaccine, doctors' offices are hands down the place where people would like to go when they want to get vaccinated.
Dr. Mille says sequencing of COVID-19 test samples takes specialized labs and is more expensive. He says they're focusing on severe COVID-19 cases involving people who've been vaccinated, cases of reinfection, and cases involving the immunocompromised. Liz?